and let's get going.
Recording has started.
Recording has started. Last
Yes.
session, you guys began with finishing up your conversations with Almara Delusin, the woman in charge of the circus, and received, this might have been 2 sessions ago as well, but received a letter from her indicating that you were the designated investigators of, as a neutral third party, for the sake of the circus not being trusted by the town and the town not being trusted by the circus. You guys are there to figure out what the fuck happened and ideally prove that Sherazana the Sphinx is not the one who committed this murder. You guys went to the sheriff, Sheriff Kyra Feldane, and introduced yourselves, although Skylar did already know her, introduced yourselves to her in this new role. I had delivered the letter. The sheriff seemed tired and frustrated, but not altogether, not opposed to you all by any means, and in fact, somewhat grateful for the help, and gave you what information she had regarding the murder, including the location and some stuff about a thievery that happened at the business of the murder victim. And you guys went to the site where the body was discovered and inspected it for a while and discovered tracks of some beast or creature or otherwise, which everybody noticed some different things about them, but ultimately, thanks to a natural 20 from Fern, you guys were able to determine that these were in no way Sphinx tracks, and even if they were, they weren't deep enough to be Sphinx tracks, and even if they were, somebody clearly tried to hide something by sweeping up footprints around the murder scene. Having discovered this, you guys then went to the lockbox to speak with the murder victim's widow, Agnes Walder, who has not been having a very nice time. She agreed to help you out in whatever way she could with the investigation, and allowed you guys to go check out the vault. At which point you guys went down. Did she go with you or not?
Yeah, she led us down there.
Okay.
Yeah, she led us down.
She led you guys down there, unlocked the door. You guys, most of you, went into the vault. Soot did not. Soot lingered outside. And as you entered the vault, you felt or heard a click as you stepped on something just inside the vault door. And a few seconds after that, Soot, standing outside the vault, dropped down into the trapdoor that had just opened beneath his feet. And that is where we ended that session. So, you guys are currently... actually, I can put you on my shitty little map. It is just lines.
It's fine.
Excellent.
So, this area here is the pit trap that Soot just fell into. So, Soot, if you'd like to put yourself there.
Oh boy, hold on. Where's my token?
And everybody else is inside the vault here. So if you'd like to put your tokens in, feel free.
Where would the door roughly be?
The door is the brown line.
Okay.
So it's open right now, but I didn't feel like drawing it open. But it is open.
But that just informs where I'm placing Aya.
Because she's holding the door.
Yeah.
I need people. Alright, I'm gonna put, this is just that is huge. Why is she why is she big? Alright.
Big.
This is Agnes Walder, who opened the door and then stepped back with the guard dude, who's gonna be, for the sake of this, gonna be this guy with a stick, who is also huge. Why is he huge?
Lord.
They're actually a giant.
He was a giant the whole time.
He's been a giant the whole time.
Surprise.
But it just wasn't relevant to note.
Yeah, it wasn't relevant to your journey, so I didn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I just need real quick to grab one more thing, and then we can actually get started. This is gonna be the best one that I have, I think.
Dragon.
Hold on, let me do this way.
Oh! That's a thing!
Yeah, it's not actually huge, and it's not actually that. Let me clarify. Let me make something damn clear. This creature is not actually that. Why is he like this? He is stretched. He's this now.
Long boy.
Long boy. And you don't see
Long
him.
boy.
He's not even here. Nobody look at this man.
I
see no
actually
man.
don't see him.
Cool, it's good, because now he's just not even there. There's no man there. Anyway, so, Soot, you have just fallen down a hole.
Oh, jeez.
Ah.
I love him. Okay.
He's laughing at me!
Yes, because you just were like, oh jeez.
It's more of like he's probably flat on his ass, right? Like, he was not expecting this to happen, so...
You drop down and you hit the ground. It's about... Actually, I need to check, because I think you do take damage from this.
Oh, I'm sure
I'm a
he
dumbass
does.
who doesn't check. Yeah, okay. So, it is a... Oh my god, is it really?
Oh god,
It
you're
is a
an
20
instant...
foot deep pit. So you take...
Oh, pit of kill people!
He's gonna die.
He's not gonna die. I'm gonna roll some d6s though real quick.
Yeah, it's like just what, 2d6, right?
It's 36, which could definitely kill him, but it won't.
Yeah.
Okay, it was 3 points of damage. You're fine.
That
He's
is
dead.
that
How
is
could you kill
1/3
him?
of his health there.
Oh boy.
Level 1.
Level 1!
Level 1. Level 1. Level 1.
God. Okay. So yeah, you got. Gee, are you really that fragile? Oh my god.
Yeah, he only has
Level
9 points
1.
of health. As
I
far as
forgot
I
he
know.
was a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Um.
He does the thing that people do sometimes where they just like do the consigned like I'm on my back for a moment. Oh god. Like the like oh geez and then sit up situation but painfully.
What's his hit die?
I don't
A
fucking
d6.
remember.
It's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
He's very
That's
small.
how sorcerers work, Jamie.
Well, listen, I'm not sure if it changed between the editions.
Mm.
I certainly know monks did, so...
So you land and are trying to catch your bearings when you hear a voice right next to you say in a panicked voice that doesn't quite decide whether it's whispering or shouting, "The trapdoor's gonna close, so make them stop, make them catch the door, make them catch the door, make them catch the door."
He's gonna look up and be like, keep the trapdoor open. What? I don't understand what's...
And then looking next to you, you see, you guys can all hear both the voice speaking to Soot and Soot's call. Does anybody make a move to move the trapdoor in any way?
Burn's not close enough.
Victor will if Aya doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I can keep the main door, while Victor keeps the trapdoor. Besides, Victor's also possibly better suited too.
Yeah. Victor won't.
Alrighty. You can go ahead and make a quick little dexterity check just to make sure you
Learn time?
catch it nimbly in the time. Yep.
Okay.
So by the way, the guy in the pit next to you looks a lot like this.
Dirty 20, by the way.
Okay, yeah, Victor, no problem. You're able to go down and slam a hand or a foot or whatever onto the hinge of the trapdoor, preventing it from automatically swinging shut, as it looked like it was just about to do. And looking down into the pit, you can also see a very strange-looking humanoid creature with sort of smooth purplish skin that shifts not just in the light, but it seems to be shifting colors constantly as he moves around the little 10 by 10 space that Soot is also in. He is wearing even fewer clothes than are present on the creature in the image I sent in DC chat. And he is entirely bald. So,
Alright.
Soot, there's a guy in a pit with you.
Don't make a
What's
habit
up?
of meeting people like this. Oh,
I love pit.
who are you? And what? How'd you get here?
He looks like he's trying to assess whether he can actually scramble up the walls to get out, and seems to be coming very swiftly to the conclusion that he cannot, because they are smooth and it is 20 feet and he has no rope.
Smooth like his head. I said smooth like his head.
Smooth like his head. Like to slap his bald head. Reblog to slap his bald head.
Reblog.
Reblog.
Anyway,
I am slapping. I cannot stop.
Laughing. Parker has BRB'd. Would anybody else like to interact with the man in the pit?
Am I able to still keep the door open and also look down and kind of...
Yeah, you can sort of prop it open on a foot or a hip and just sort of take a little gander.
I think on the hip, and she just kind of leans.
Would Sit know what this humanoid is? Is that something?
Go ahead and make I think it's probably a nature check.
Nature.
Can I also attempt?
Or
that's a 3.
Let me just see if there's something better.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge nature, knowledge local, I'd say.
So let's see if any of them are... Nope, they're the same. An unnatural 20.
Okay, good to know. Joe, yeah, you can also make a roll. Could you please put the things in the Roll20 chat, please? The roll result.
I'm going to be honest. Skylar hears that Soot's talking, so they assume that Soot's alive, and they're just looking at the room.
All right, I will get to the room.
Finish the bald man things.
Yes. Although, Jamie, do give me a perception check.
Sure.
And also put Skylar on the map. Okay, so you both actually would, both Aya and Soot, would be able to recognize this individual as a skulk, which are a humanoid race that are known primarily, their distinguishing trait is their almost chameleon-like color-shifting skin, that allows them to blend in near seamlessly with their surroundings if they are in the right lighting and circumstance. And so they are known for being very sneaky, very good at the sorts of work that require sneaking. And there's a lot of perhaps negative stereotypes surrounding them because of that. This one in particular looks very, very scared.
Yeah.
And very... No, that's all you get without a sense motive. But,
I mean, I'll follow it with a sense motive.
You're not probably... He's 20 feet down, so the sense motive
Fair
would
enough.
more be for Soot if he
Soot.
was going to interact a little more.
Yeah, he probably would, but were you gonna say something, PK?
Was I going to say something? That's a great question. Eventually, having determined that he is not able to look, he looks back at you and then back up at the opening in the pit and then back at you.
Soot will kind of like brush himself off a little bit and like raise his hands up in like the non-threatening, like, my hands are empty, I'm not gonna do anything to you, kind of trying to soothe the tensions a little bit and just say, I'm not gonna hurt you. Just wondering how long you've been down here. And he's gonna try like a sense motive, kind of like he's trying to keep his back as close to the wall as possible.
Okay.
Maybe looking up towards the opening at the top too as well.
Go ahead and make me a sense motive.
God, his sense motive is fucking trash. Let's see.
God bless him.
That would be a 10. An 11 minus 1.
You know that John Mulaney bit that's like, not unless everybody gets real cool about some stuff real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the expression this man makes, as you ask him how long he's been down here.
Well, never mind
And-
that. Go ahead.
At this point, the guard who had been with Agnes has stepped forward and is looking down into the pit and says, oh, what the fuck? Pardon my language, ma'am. And the skulk sort of does a little like cartoony, like runs back and forth around the pit and then ultimately decides that hiding behind Soot and trying to crouch under his hat is the best bet.
Oh, Soot kind of like looks up at the guard and like, man, Soot it doesn't necessarily like, he doesn't necessarily emote as much. He's kind of got a little bit of a mild glower on his face, just a little bit. And he's just gonna be like, well, can we get a rope thrown down here or something? We need to get out of here. I took a bit of a fall too, you know.
I have a rope. I can't exactly throw it down at the moment, but I can pass it to someone.
That'll be great.
How much?
Cal,
Fern
Cal
kinda... Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say Cal will step forward and like anchor the rope, throw it down.
Alright. Did Fern want to do anything?
Oh, once Soot's up, Fern's gonna kinda look him over.
Alright. We will...
Like, does he look okay?
Before
Once he's-
Soot gets up, if you guys are tossing a rope down, the skulk is fully just scrambling up the rope. It like pushes Soot out of the way to get up the rope.
Yeah. Soot will easily go to the side and just, he kind of will a little bit holler up like, don't touch him! Don't mess with them, please!
So he gets up and he actually winds up stepping out this way to the side of the pit trap, tries to go this way. The guard cuts him off here. So you are welcome to climb the rope. I will, because you have strong people who are going to help you, I will not make you do an athletic or a fucking strength check for that.
What? When sorcerers are so good at them.
Oh yeah, totally.
You've got a nice buff person who's holding the other end and is going to help you, so.
But Fern, to answer your question, Soot looks like if a man had 9 hit points, he had 6 of them. So a little
Okay.
worse for wear.
He's kind of like limping a little bit. He fell on his fucking backside or something. Doesn't feel very good.
Bruised his tailbone.
Yeah. Oh, that so
Yeah, well,
hurts.
he's fine. I have 2 spells and only one of them is healing. He's fine right now.
Yeah, he can sleep it off.
He'll live.
Oh, level 1 characters.
He can get hit again and probably not die. It's fine.
If they roll really good on a 6-sided dice, he's
Well,
gonzos.
if they roll,
It doesn't kill you immediately.
if they roll really good, I'll just get you back up. Okay?
Okay.
I
Save a
got you.
slot
Don't
for
worry.
me, buddy, because I know I'm going down sometime.
You'll get. Listen, if you go down, I'll get you back up. Deal. This is.
Yeah.
I
We
have
are
to
virtually
do this
shaking
because I'm the
hands.
cleric. We're shaking.
We are shaking hands.
God.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All
God.
You rolled a 23, which I'm gonna roll this publicly because I think it'll be funny.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So,
They are gonna go around the person, aren't they?
the skulk you see is not moving currently. He has backed back up into the corner after the guard has sort of pushed him back. And after you get up from the rope, I'm assuming Victor would just let the trapdoor swing shut. And it would be closed. And so you could stand on it. Agnes Walker, I think, slipped out back up the stairs, presumably to go fetch another guard because there are intruders in her vault right now. But the skulk is sort of breathing heavily, squinting back and forth between the guard and Soot and the other people around, and wringing his hands together and fidgeting generally, and looks altogether not in the best shape.
Well, if this is a trap meant to happen... God, what was that?
Happen.
Happen?
Welcome.
Welcome. I'll go southern now. No.
God.
That trap was meant to happen. I'm just gonna go normal voice for now. I can't. I don't have the spoons. Shit.
That's fair. You can talk like a person, and I will know that you are talking in the Soot voice.
Cue Soot voice now. We meant for this to happen. Kind of cruel to have somebody in there for a very long time.
I mean, if no one was around to reset it, or to know that someone got trapped in there.
Didn't want to starve to death.
It's pretty cruel. Not to check it, at least, if you've made a trap like this. It's like a hunter leaving a poor animal in a snare. You check those weekly just so that they don't just die out there, you know?
It's cruel. It's cruel. Very cruel. It's very cruel. You agree. You agree. It's very, very cruel. Very cruel. Didn't want to starve.
As her eyes are scanning the room, Skylar will just like, so how long have you been down there?
Again, they make a face that indicates they really do not want to present this information.
I guess since at least last night.
You know, if you were in there from last night, you might have a lot of questions to answer for.
You can go ahead and make a sense motive on this bad boy. Anybody can make a sense motive on this bad boy.
I will try
I
again.
am, and
I am
and
absolutely.
also, and also, when Skylar
Hey.
says that anyone's looking at Fern, you get a very, very quick expression of "What the fuck."
All right, hit me with some. I love Soot's penalty to sense motive. That's gonna make me happy for the rest of the fucking campaign.
You're welcome. He doesn't understand people. It's fine.
2 nat 20s on this.
The difference is that I have the
not-
penalty and Joe has +6. Oh Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ, that is an unnatural 20 rolled
Okay.
by the roll 20 bot.
Also,
Okay. Okay.
Also, those 26s, all I'm thinking of is Omnimorph, Omni-Man meme. Look at what they have to do to even imitate a fraction of our power.
God.
God damn.
You're so cool, you guys.
You guys are rolling well. And not 30 well, but you're still rolling well.
We are only level 1. Give us some time.
I know. I'm
wait.
making a joke because, well.
Skylar
So
just
this
told
man, as soon as somebody says probably in there since last night, he makes the kind of face that's like, oh yeah, that fucker is definitely here since last night. He looks like he is scared. He looks like it thinks that this guard is about to kill him. He does keep looking back at the vault, like he's looking guard, vault, guard, vault, guard, vault. And all of you except, this feels so mean, all of you except Cal, because everybody else hit the DC. I'm sorry, Cal.
Fine.
All of you watching this creature's behavior he's very, very shaky, and on edge and acting strange, fidgeting with his hands in a way that almost seems exaggerated or unnatural, not because he's doing it to lie, but because it doesn't seem like normal behavior. And who would know this? Skylar, could you make a heal check real quick?
Yeah, sure. Sorry,
And
I was making
Fern,
a
make a
meme.
heal check.
Yay.
You two both are the ones who would have that context.
19.
Yeah.
19.
Let's see. Where is heal? So that's so just my wisdom then, because I don't have it as a skill, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
17.
17. Okay, 19 to 17, that's good. So sorry. So Skylar, you watching this man, there's something in the way it's not just the fact that he's scared, it's his hands are trembling violently, and looking in his eyes, his pupils are like blown wide. This man appears to be coming down off of some kind of a something that has not made him feel well. Fern, for whatever reason, one way or another, not only are you like, this man is coming down off of something, you think you know what he's coming down off of, particularly because you know he is a skulk, and you know that there is sort of a rash of addiction to a drug called Shiver in skulk communities, I guess. That's the wrong word for what I'm trying to say, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So you are familiar with, you're like, okay, one, this guy's fucked up. 2, this guy's fucked up on something specific. But he is looking in a bad kind of a way. The guard who has a sword out is... Jamie, I appreciate that meme. The guard has his sword out and is holding it up against not at his skin, but like clearly like a don't fucking try it maneuver with the sword. But he looks a little bit like confused, like he didn't look like he knew that the trap was there, so he was a little surprised when A, it was there, and B, there was a fucking dude in there. So
question, guard. I don't remember if we got their name. Can we actually use their name?
You didn't give this guard's name. You only got the name of the guard who died, whose name was Bertrand.
Do get a question? How old is this here vault? In years?
I'll be perfectly honest, sir. But it's been here since before I worked here. I couldn't tell you the precise in year. It's been a number of years. Arkham and Walder's always been here for, I mean, certainly decades.
Well,
do you wanna? Should I kill this?
No.
No,
I don't.
He's a person. At least take him to prison.
But
hold up a minute. Out of character, did we get this person's name?
No.
The guard or the skulk?
The skulk.
You did not know.
Neither.
Victor's gonna turn to the skulk and just be like, if you don't mind, I don't think we caught your name.
Rogie.
We can call you.
I would also don't want him to kill me.
Don't worry about that now. And she kind of pushes her like kind of like the hand through the back of her hair as she's trying to think about how she wants to phrase this, and goes, so when exactly did you end up down there?
Well, looking at the guard and edging closer and closer to the wall, he says,
"Stay here with me."
I was in the vault, and then I left the vault, and then I fell down the hole. I haven't starved yet. I haven't died yet. How long? I don't know. It was dark in the hole. I was there for a while. Skylar.
Yep.
You rolled a 23 on perception earlier, and I'm letting it stand because I'm nice.
Yeah.
Edging around, because I'm assuming that you guys are not standing shoulder to shoulder, taking up the full breadth of the doorway here. You see, Skylar, a shift around this edge. Oh, I'm on GM layer, I think. Hold on. Around this corner of the door. Just a little shift.
Okay.
And as soon... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, you catch a shift, and what would you like to do with that information?
I don't know if that's so that Aya's left or right, but Skylar will say, Aya, to your insert left or right.
It's probably on her left. And Aya, with that pointed out to you, you do see sort of shifting and shimmering almost against the wall, another skulk who had been doing very, very, very well in trying to slide their way outside the door. And in fact, they're probably like really like in between you and this corner because they're very
Yeah.
slight and slender, but I can't
Can
do that on the
she
Roll20 map.
put her sort of arm and other fan right in front and just... I think we also need to have a talk. Basically at what would be chest level, or at least
Yeah,
what she's
yeah.
expecting sort of center of mass for.
Mhm.
Make an intimidation check.
Skylar's gonna help her by saying, and unless you want to be hunted down by the local police, you need to stay here and answer the big questions, because last night there was a murder, and you
Okay.
might be involved.
So
want
how does
both of
the
you to
help
make.
work with this?
Are you taking the help action, or would you like to? Because it seems like you guys are trying to accomplishing different things. So if you both want to make an intimidation check, that is good. I need to look up what the
I'm
help
mostly
action
just
is
trying
like.
to keep them. I'm mostly just trying to keep them here.
Yeah. Go ahead, both of you make
Intimidation.
intimidation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck yeah. Dirty 20.
Nice.
18. Apparently, it would make sense for Skylar not to have intimidation as a
Yeah.
they are a string bean.
Yeah. So, because you roll, yeah, okay. So the skulk freezes, and this one, Rogi had left. If he had a weapon, he left it at the bottom of the pit. Not that any of you would know that. This one is holding a sword. And looks like they are very, very carefully calculating their options in this situation.
I was just gonna flick the fan a little bit to let him see the points on it. Just in that, no, this is a warning. This is just letting you know what you're in for, buddy.
And Skylar will say, "There are more of us than there are of you. This cane is not a sword. Those two are pretty well muscled. That one has a big metal fan, and those two are magic users. I would not consider doing anything stupid."
You don't know shit about whether or not Victor uses magic.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
don't.
was talking about. The ones who look like magic users.
Fair. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I was doing math and I was like, hold up.
No, I was saying you and because I assumed you were because Victor's buff. She was she was saying talking
Fair.
about Soot and not Soot. It was
Yeah.
Victor and Cal.
I mean, you have seen Soot use at least a little bit of magic with the detect magic. That's
Yeah,
about
and
as much
whereas
as you've seen.
Soot and your friend look like magic users.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Sorry, I counted characters wrong.
All right. Their eyes are darting between you and then making eye contact with Rogi across the gap there, and then back to you. The guard keeps looking over his shoulder like, I swear to God, if some motherfucker does not... where the hell is Thomas? He is supposed to be here. I need my buddy.
Fucking Thomas.
Thomas
Is just another guard that I made up on the spot. Like, the guard looks like he's waiting for help to arrive.
Yeah.
And both of the skulks look like they are very carefully weighing their odds in this situation.
I'll tell you right now, it'll do you both a world of good to cooperate right now. If you tell us what we want to know, or at least even just be honest, we can put a good word for you in with the relevant authorities. Otherwise, well, you don't look good right now, do you?
Make a diplomacy check.
I'm good at this. 16 on the dice plus 8 to 24.
Nice.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to relocate myself to the living room. Okay. All right. They both make eye contact with each other one more time, and then the one whose name you do not yet know takes a step back from the door and away from Aya, hands up, still holding the short sword in one hand, but not wielding it in any threatening way. Just very much, okay, backing off.
Good. Smart.
So it's gonna like, this is unoccupied over here now, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's just gonna move over there. He doesn't like standing on the trapdoor. Who knows
Fair
what
enough.
sets it off?
So you.
I'll tell you right now, the only reason the trapdoor didn't reset is because you guys have been standing on the pressure plate the whole time, so it couldn't reset.
God.
Victor's
It
gonna
would have
turn
been
to
funny
the.
if I'd gotten you twice with the same
Yeah,
thing, though.
yeah, he'd be down to fucking over half.
All right.
Victor's gonna turn to the new one and be like, "And something we can call you?"
Zakar.
Zakar.
I'll put these.
All right.
I'll put these names in chat as well.
Perhaps you could do a better job at giving us a timeline. When did the two of you enter this house?
She looks like she is thinking very, very hard.
Callie will say, and please don't lie. I will know if you lie.
She looks less inclined to answer now.
Okay. Callie will say, it will suit you if you to answer. However, because last night there was a murder of a very prominent local figure, and unless you want to be, you know,
We didn't kill
charged,
anyone. We didn't kill anyone.
if you want to, unless you want to be charged with his murder,
We
and
didn't
answer.
kill anyone.
Okay.
I'm not saying you did. However,
Sounds like
they
you
will
are.
they will think you killed him, seeing as you're in their vault. And this, if you could tell us
She is
who,
retreating further from the party.
Skylar
Yeah.
will say, and if you can possibly tell us if you saw anyone last night enter the vault, that might also help you.
Sorry, we saw people enter the vault. Where are the people who entered the vault?
Did anybody you
didn't.
came with kill anyone then?
I-
Because there sure was a murder here.
I don't.
Everyone, calm down now. Zakar, look at me.
I have. How? Tell me then. How do I know if someone's killed someone when I've been in the vault?
Zakar, look at me. Look at me here. Right here.
They make eye contact. Their eyes are also like pupils blown, and they are fidgeting and twitching.
If you answer honestly, I can help you. Did you enter this vault last night?
They nod.
Before the sunset or after the sunset?
After.
After. Alright.
After. We do our best work in the dark.
I can tell. Very sly on your part, almost getting out of here. Now, you were trapped in this vault all night, yes?
Yes.
And Rogie in the pit the same?
Rogie from behind you says, yes.
Alright. So you are guilty of breaking and entering, but that is more than handleable, alright? Now, Rogie, but particularly you, but Zakar, if you have the same information. Did the two of you hear any bit of ruckus last night?
Rogie clears his throat and says, I don't understand. The ruckus was ours, but we didn't kill them.
You break the chair against this door?
He nods, but like kind of in a, well, yeah, but why is that the issue here?
She is picking like an event to like
Yeah.
um
We
um
we're told we do our group, our tribe, we do favors. We do tasks in exchange for supplies. This is what we were told to do.
Alright. I'm gonna ask a bit of a scary question, but I'm not accusing you of anything. When you got here, did you see the body of a man? A dead body?
As far as you are aware, the body of Archivin Walder was outside.
There is a guard.
The guard. The guard.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the
guard.
guard.
You're talking about the guard? Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes a face that's like, not unless anybody gets real cool about stuff real quickly.
So does that
Yeah.
mean that you did see it?
I'm not saying you put it there, but did you see it?
I saw a dead man. I didn't kill him.
Alright.
Okay.
The car didn't kill him.
Do
The
you
one-
know
The car nods and says, I didn't kill him. Rogie didn't kill him.
Can I actually sense motive
Yes.
that?
Yes,
Yeah.
please do.
Also, I'm also going to sensitive. Also, Skylar's going to ask. So, was he dead when you already arrived on the scene then?
20. Again.
Okay.
I got
So,
a 22, 11 plus 11.
Fern, you, Poncho, what the fuck? You, Fern, they say, I didn't kill him, Zakar didn't kill him, and you think, okay, they are saying words that are true. Neither of them specifically killed this guy. However, they are very clearly, like, trying to avoid saying something. And Skylar, you get much the same information. It's like, no, these people did not physically kill this guard. However...
Okay. And Skylar will say, was there anyone else with you here last night aside from yourself and Rogie?
They exchange a long look between the two of them.
So that's a yes.
If you
Yes.
cooperate with us and tell us who is here, they will be the ones held more accountable for this than you both are. I don't believe...
Skylar, your sense motive is high enough that you can probably tell Victor's tail like kind of twitches a little bit.
Yes, he
I'm
doesn't
also
care.
going to say that both Fern and Skylar would notice that Soot looks a little bit he's grimacing and not looking super well.
Outside of HP.
Outside of
Like-
HP, like Mans looks like he has a migraine. But that's just something I figured because you guys rolled well on your sense motive. And they make their eye contact. After making their eye contact, after hearing what Skylar said, I'm actually gonna
Hold on. After Skylar says that, Fern's gonna kind of get sort of more into the conversation physically. That's a terrible way to describe it, and just be like, Shylar, I'm sure our lovely friends have had a stressful night, and maybe just don't be so harsh on them, all right?
I'm not being harsh on them. I am merely informing them of the facts. I am not looking to accuse them per se. I am merely looking to get to the bottom of this. And
But Shylar, facts can be a little bit
Skylar.
harsh, don't you think? Skylar. Sorry, I can't. How am I supposed to say it?
Skylar.
I don't actually. Skylar. Okay. I don't know how to read. I'm Sky. Why do you spell it like that? Sorry.
Because it's Gaelic. It's Gaelic.
Oh, okay. Skylar. Okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Names are hard. It's okay. I didn't really know at first either.
I haven't heard it that way at all yet. I'm so sorry. Okay, never mind. Now I've forgotten how to hold a conversation, so never mind.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what the skulks do, and then if Fern wants to jump in, he can. The skulks, I'm going to say it outright, they do not look like they trust what Skylar is saying to them.
I make a diplomacy check because, she is being honest.
She is, but and she can make a diplomacy check, but this is coming from a systemic distrust of law enforcement, let's say.
Yeah.
Not law enforcement.
You're acting like one.
Jamie?
They are talking like law enforcement.
They don't
They're
know
acting
you're
just
not
like
law
law
enforcement. They don't know who you are, and you're talking a lot of big law consequences, and to them, that's law enforcement.
Okay.
We all might as well be law enforcement to them, considering we're investigating a murder.
Okay, yeah. Then she'll say, again, I'm not here to charge you specifically. There are plenty of circumstances for you to be here. I'm not here to say what the circumstances are. However, if you can help us clear something up, we can all personally put in a good word for you both. And maybe either help you walk away or get lighter sentences. I know people here tend to not look fondly on people of people like you, because not people like you, and I believe that is a greater injustice than even the crimes that took place here. And again,
the guard looks over at you and is like, okay.
Yeah, the guard who is right here.
Fern looks unimpressed.
Okay. But which one?
21.
21 for the diplomacy? Okay. They still don't look. They are not going to. I'll just say it right now. They're not going to trust this situation. It doesn't really matter what way you slice it. They know that they're going to get fucked over. Whether or not that's entirely the case, that is their firm belief.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're
Just
used to it. Yeah.
both because they're used to it, and also they know that they were in here to smash shit up and watch somebody kill a guard.
Yeah.
Like they know that's how this works. They expected to be dead already though, so hey, that's something. So Rogi is ultimately the one who's like, so we talk.
Yes, ideally.
So ask questions.
I mean, I've got a question.
Were you taken in
What?
to this job as cover for the murder?
He looks perplexed at Aya's question, and so turns to Cal in the hopes that Cal will have an easier question for him.
Cal holds up one of their hands where the claws are visible.
Thank you.
I was told that there was someone involved who had claws that looked something like mine. The persons that you do favors for, are they the types who are there ones who have claws that are something like mine?
First of all, they see you have claws and they're like, oh, what the fuck? And then Rogi shakes his head and says, we don't know the favors they don't talk to us. Not us directly. They talk to others. They talk to others, and the others talk to us. They don't talk to us. They don't talk to us. We don't know. I've never seen one with claws. Also, for the record, nobody else at this point has heard the information that the murderer apparently has claws like Cal's, so you're not sure where Cal is getting this, but Cal certainly is saying it.
Victor sort of the person who was with you last night, are they your kind or someone else?
Our kind. Our kind. Kinda and Aname are the ones they bring orders, they bring instructions. They said we would work and we would get supplies. But they were our part of our tribe, and now are the ones who bring us the instructions.
Were you supposed to actually steal something, or just make a ruckus?
Said we could take whatever we could get.
Alright.
If I wanted to speak to these two friends of yours, would that be possible? I ain't interested in getting them in trouble. I just want to know where they got their instructions.
At this point, Zakar scoffs and says, well, they fucking ran off, didn't they? They left us.
Do you know where we can find them, possibly?
No, because they fucking ran off and left us to starve in the vault.
Well, that's a right shame. I'm sorry they did that to you. Is there a place they usually go? or stay?
I don't know anymore. They used to be with us. They used to always return to the tribe. We don't know where they go anymore.
Would this be a conversation better continued outside of the vault? So that you do not feel like we are going to trap you in here again.
Zakar looks fully like she's pretty sure that outside of the vault, continuing the conversation just means outside of the vault, killing them.
Okay, I will.
Like
Close the fan.
she does not
Just kind of,
look like
fair
she
enough.
trusts your motivation.
Yep.
Neither does Rogi, but she in particular looks like this is some bullshit.
Yep. Aya's just like, fair enough. I'm not entirely fond of being caged in here, but I will accept.
You two haven't eaten in a bit, have you? You two haven't eaten in a bit, have you?
No, not in a while.
Kind of moving so that they can very much see her hands at all times. She is going to pull out, part of her rations, very much like dried meat. I think she goes for the jerky, and she lets them watch her break off a piece into her mouth, chew and swallow, before she offers it to Zakar.
Zakar will take it.
And then the same, and one to Rogi.
Rogi will take it, and they will eat ravenously. At this point, the guard looks like he sort of clears his throat and says, okay, they can't stay here, though. They need to go. They need to be taken to the sheriff, or something needs to be done. They're not staying here.
No, they're not staying.
However, where is your backup? They were supposed to be here by now, correct?
I don't know, do I? I've been standing right here waiting for them to get here.
Soot, you're outside of the vault. Why don't you head up and look?
I think it takes him a moment to realize he's being talked to. And he like looks up, and he definitely looks a bit dazed.
Well, not. Sorry. Victor's gonna turn to the guard. I don't think I caught your name right.
Oh, I didn't give this guard a name. Whoops.
Tim?
This guard cannot be named Tim.
The other
can't be
one
named
named
Tim.
No, the other guard was named Thomas. This guard is named Fred.
Oh my god.
And Fred will tell you that his name is Fred.
Well, Fred, I think we have this part of the situation under control. Why don't you go find Thomas?
He looks a little skeptical as well, but ultimately nods and heads off. Although
Thank you.
he probably would wait for one of you to at least like be on the other side of Rogi, because he does have a clear shot to the exit with having just deleted the guard's token.
That's why I didn't ask him.
Soot would make his way over there. He still looks a bit distracted, but they seem to be on okay terms, so he's just gonna kind of chill there. Since he's already out of the room. Kind of just like holds his staff out next to him, like leans on it a bit, partial look from underneath the hat, and that's all he does. Just a quiet intimidation, just a little bit.
They look suitably intimidated.
Well,
All right.
Oh, go for it, sorry.
No, you go.
Victor's like, well, Is there anything else you remember from last night you'd be willing to tell me?
They share more eye contact for a little bit longer, and then Rogie says, Kymeth killed the guard.
Yeah, can I get that spelling in chat, and can I sense motive that?
No, that's the wrong chat. That is Ren's chat. I will put that in the main chat.
I would also like to sense motive.
Go ahead and sense motive.
That would be a 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
This appears to be him telling the truth as far as he knows it, at least. And it appears to him being like, he's been sitting there thinking about how Zakar said they abandoned them to starve in the vault. And he's like, yeah, they did abandon us to starve in the vault. That fucker killed the guard.
And then Victor gave them jerky.
Yeah.
And then Victor gave them jerky, and he's like, okay, yeah, well, fuck Kymeth. Kymeth killed the guard.
Alright.
So.
Can Fern, like, get across into the hall outside of the vault?
Yes.
Yeah. Aya will let you. She's just holding the door open.
And then, Fern's gonna give Soot, like, a closer once-over, because he doesn't look too good.
Go ahead and make a heal check.
Fuck off. Are you kidding me?
You can also make me another sense motive, because this is something that would be relevant for as well.
22, okay.
That's more sensible.
Ren, would you like to give Fern what you think he,
I mean, a lot of it is like, PK had said that it looked very much like a migraine of some sort. He's kind of, maybe something you didn't notice before was like, he's maybe mouthing something. It's not necessarily coherent words. You might be able to get out like a stop, or like one of those sort of like kind of muttering to yourself without any words sort of situation, but very much like kind of rubbing his temples. Very much like a migraine situation, maybe. He doesn't look very comfortable.
So, you need anything? Maybe some fresh air?
No.
You sure?
He just gives a quiet nod.
Alright. And then... Okay, we wanted someone else on the outside of the vault, right? Was that to do something in specific or not? Because I forgot.
Just to keep an eye on Rogie, I think.
Yeah, because Rogie looks like they're ready to bolt.
So Fern will keep an eye, but not a, like, harsh eye. It's a very gentle eye.
Just making sure that they don't move kind of eye, right?
No, that's harsher than what they're going for.
make one of your checks for me, by the way, Fern, just to see.
Yes,
also,
I will.
Fern, after
Where
you
did
kind
my
of
sheet
spoke...
go? Where did my sheet go? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say after you spoke, very shortly after that, he seems to be, like, some sort of relief, and he looks a little better.
That's good. What was it to roll, PK?
The fucking,
Your friend
My roll.
check.
They're your friends. Sorry, my roll 20 sheet fucked itself. Hold on.
Oh, no.
It. Does that fix it? Did that fix it? Nope. Yes, it did. Okay. Yes, it did. Okay. Sorry. Profession. 16.
Alright, yeah. Okay, good to know. I will keep this in mind.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any other questions for the Skulks?
Victor is going to hand them both another piece of turkey.
And
They eat
Skylar
the
will say,
turkey.
do you know who asked for this favor this time around?
Never tell us. They never tell us.
That's
Never
fair.
tell us. That's why they always go through Kymeth and the other ones whose name I don't remember, Kyneth and Anane.
Do you always work for supplies then?
I should also say, because you guys have rolled enough good sense motive checks over the course of this, when they say supplies, they are saying like supplies
Oh, drugs.
italicized.
Oh, drugs.
Mhm.
Okay, drugs.
Yeah, well, they are.
Okay, that's
That was
Skylar.
obvious.
I did not, because they look like they're starving, so I assumed that like, oh, maybe they actually, yeah.
They are
Okay,
they are
Skylar will not
just
have asked that.
That's okay. Yeah, I realized I did not make that clear, and I could have because you guys made a lot of very good checks. But yeah, fully when they say supplies, they mean the drugs
Drugs.
that we are on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think at this point, as Victor feeds them another piece of jerky and they're distracted by that, Victor's gonna like sociably kind of come up to Skylar
Mm-hmm.
and be like, well, considering the crimes that they have admitted to and the information they have given us, I would say they have paid their debt to society through kind community service and cooperation in the search of a more heinous criminal. Wouldn't you?
Yes. Yes, no, I believe you're right. They're not who we're looking for, after all. We are here to investigate a murder, not a break-in.
Excellent. Glad we're on the same page. She's gonna turn back around.
They look. They are watching this. They even though they were eating, they were paying attention.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be such a shame if perhaps these two very stealthy, magically stealthy even individuals managed to slip the grip?
Quite a
Confirm heard
shame.
this.
And it would be even more of a shame if they did it while we were inspecting this here vault for missing artifacts. And
Such
our
a
eyes were not
shame.
on them.
Such a shame, truly.
Oh, absolutely devastating. But if
Does
our
it-
attention is elsewhere,
Does it look like they're catching
Fern
on?
very deliberately turns around and doesn't look at.
Yeah,
So-
Skylar's looking up and at the ceiling, like.
They are exchanging. They are looking at each other, looking at you, looking at each other. Like, is this what they're doing right now? Is this legit? Are they gonna kill us as soon as we start running? And then Rogi decides he does not care if you kill him as soon as he starts running, and he bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rogi can
And
bolt.
Zakar also bolts.
yeah. I was gonna say Io will shift slightly so that she's still holding the door open but not obstructing.
And as they run, they do seem like for two people who are running, who you could watch run away, as they get farther along the corridor, it is hard to see those fuckers, even when they're moving. Like they blend in with their surroundings so well. And I'm going to roll for their stealth checks, which are not that good, but because they have a plus 16, they're gonna be all right anyway. And yeah. They're gone.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Listen,
We did it.
Skylar knows that little guys are normally not the problem. It's the ones up top that you go for.
This is like the module is like give the players XP and gold if they do this thing, and I'm like, I'm giving you XP and gold to do the opposite. Well, not gold, but I give you XP to do the opposite thing.
Yeah, I think because a lot of 3.5 and even early 5e and older editions are like, yeah, no, of course there's a bunch of cishet dudes playing this. Of course they're gonna kill whoever.
module's like, bring the skulks to justice and reward your players. I'm like, okay, justice. That's my interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because
Bye,
that's what's gonna come
fuckers.
out of this party.
Hello.
Do you think I'm
Did
gonna
I
kill
learn?
the little reclusive chameleon people? Fuck you.
Yep.
Would anyone like to see a Jasper?
Yeah.
Jasper, I beg for a Jasper.
But Skylar understands that there are certain kinds of people with, natural gifts for certain things that tend to get put in a bad light, mostly because they don't have any other means to survive in the world. So, yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
people like the guard that's like,
Victor
do you want
thought
me to
she
kill
might
him
have-
immediately?
Victor thought she might have to convince Skylar otherwise.
Nope,
Look
Skylar
at
was fully on board.
Jasper. Look at Jasper.
Yes!
Skylar
Yes!
mostly just sounded annoyed because she's supposed, like, these people obviously were like just freaked out and they were afraid of cooperating, and also she has a completely different case she's supposed to be working on.
She does have
It might not be so different because out of character, Skylar's supposed to be working on like organized crime shit.
Mm-hmm.
I changed what Skylar was supposed to be working on because I did just make that shit up. So Skylar's now working on relevant shit. So
Yeah.
never mind. But
Look,
look at those
organized
beans.
crime can be relevant as well because organized crime tends to go very strongly with drug dealing and drug trafficking.
I wouldn't know anything about organized crime and drug dealing as it pertains to this module murders, Mark. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm framing it as Skylar purposely lied about what she's here looking for because she didn't trust you guys. Look at her; she's a cute little cat.
She's just
She
a
was
good
so grumpy.
I'm shifting her position so she's a bit more comfy.
She's just a young lady.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Middle age.
No, she's just a young lady, Joe.
She's so
Fair enough,
close.
fair enough.
Her eyes are so green right now.
She deserves
Yeah.
a buddy, Joe.
She's so pretty.
I'm gonna get her a buddy. I'm gonna try and get her a himbo cat buddy because I think that
Yes! Little, oh my god, every time I think of a himbo cat, it's either my boys or like an orange cat. I just love orange kitties.
will be.
so
Yeah,
much.
the hope is an orange cat.
I love
Walk
orange
to the
kitties.
shelter.
Oh.
I want your stupidest cat.
They are
She
so
looks like
dumb.
she's ready to bolt again.
Ow,
baby.
ow! Claws in my leg! You're very rude!
Rolls up to the shelter, give me the stupidest cat you can find.
They take you to the
Stupidest
orange
cat you can
cat
find,
section.
but has to get along with other cats.
Yeah. Dumb
Does
and
Jasper get along
friendly.
with other cats, or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Stormy.
that's good.
Yeah, I know, but like Stormy and her were together for a very long time. That's different than like new cats.
True.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Man.
want to touch her little nose. It's so small and beady. Look at her little snoot and her big old eyes.
Mochi and Lance, when they were introduced, were like oil and water.
Nice.
They were touch and go for a bit.
But I know how to safely introduce cats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did too. It's just that Mochi is the way he is. He's a bully.
Yep, I'm about to let you run off. Just let me turn off the camera. And let me get your feet so that you don't dig into my leg while you're bouncing off.
Yep. Otherwise, they'll tear you apart.
So,
Um,
now that you have let the skulks go, fuck the guards.
No.
Thomas and Fred will come back down because,
Yeah.
this is
How
their
long
job,
after?
and they will not long, 2 minutes.
But enough
Victor
time for
knows-
week. Sorry.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, go.
No, go ahead. No.
I think we were both going for the same plan of like make it look as like believable as possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Skylar's going
Well-
to. Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
I
Damn.
legitimately my thing go last.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Skylar's going to say we should probably at least make it look like we're looking for them.
Victor pulls a very strange looking weapon from somewhere on her person. And hold it's a knife, sort of. After a second, you probably recognize it as a kunai. and kind of like as if like recovering from probably being like shoved or like threatened with a blade or something. That kind of vibe.
Skylar will sing that, pull out you guys see her reach for the top of her cane and pull, and a sword comes out. And she makes a show of saying, "Everyone, scour the area. They can't have gone far."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
Hoping
else?
that the
So we'll
echoes
go
carry.
along with that.
Yeah, Aya's gonna go along with it. Trusting someone else to get the door so these guys don't get locked in. Although we can ask Agnes to borrow the key again. Agnes? Is that the
Yes.
name?
It
Okay.
will pop open.
So
You can
there's a lot
prop
of
the
relevant
door
Agneses I
open.
know.
I'll say that you can prop the door open with like an artifact that's in like a heavy like vase or some shit, just for
Yeah.
convenience. Anything else?
It's just sort of vibing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we do actually want to do at least some investigation to see if there's anything that we can note was stolen, just as...
Yeah,
I'm
I was
just
going
asking
to-
more like what you guys are doing like in the couple minutes
Yeah.
before the guards come back down. Fern, did you have something?
Fern is going to be Fern.
Got
You
it.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Above table, I was going to ask for, because about the whole searching for things, I was going to ask the lady of the house for inventory, so that way they could go over whatever is might possibly missing. But then Soot unfortunately took a tumble.
He did take a tumble. You will have another opportunity to speak to the lady of the house at
Oh,
some
that
point.
was mostly for Joe, because that was one of the list of things that I had in our private chat.
Oh yeah, you probably did, didn't you? You sure did. All right. So, those of you who are putting on some sort of affect of having just been, given the slip,
Yeah.
go ahead and make me a bluff check.
All right,
Oh, hell yeah.
bluffing. I think that's something I'm good at.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a
Yes,
collective.
I am so good at bluff. Hold on.
Oh,
I
I'm
gotta-
actually going to have you do another your friend check, not a bluff check.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't say that.
I got a 17 plus 8, whatever the fuck that is.
Please put it in the chat because I cannot retain numbers in my brain.
Someone add that up. I don't know what it is.
25.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 total.
So that would be 22 for Sid, I think? Hold on. Or 24.
Oh wait, hold on. No, that should be a...
Oh, it's 22.
All right.
I don't have it right in Roll20. Hold on.
That's okay. Roll20 is scuffed sometimes. Okay. So, 15, 20, 28.
Victor's good at like one thing.
I know Victor. And, well,
Yeah.
okay. That's pretty good all around. Let me just make a quick roll here. Yeah, no. Okay, so the guards come back down. They seem like they've heard Skylar's shout of some sort and like have their weapons drawn or like, fucking hell, did they get away?
Yes, no. Unfortunately, they were slipperier than we thought with their camouflage.
Son of a bitch, I shouldn't have left.
Blame me, I told you to go.
You're both unharmed?
Hmm?
You're both unharmed?
Yeah, we didn't even see. Well, of course we didn't even fucking see him. We would have stopped him if we'd seen him. And then Fred turns to Thomas like, and if you just showed up a little quicker. And Thomas is like, I didn't know.
The lady of the house was supposed to come and get you, was she not?
Well, yes, but then she was crying again, and we took her up to the room, and then she never really got around to mentioning that we needed to come back down. And yeah, it was not. She's in a bad way.
Yeah, Skylar gives an understanding nod.
This is the face of a man and in fact, this is the shirt of a man who's like his shirt is damp with tears. It's clear he has been dealing with a lot in terms of Agnes Walder's emotions for possibly hours. And yeah, so the guards seem to believe that you did your best.
Excellent.
Because you did.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
so proud of you guys.
Woohoo!
All right, but eventually they're like, well, fuck, I mean,
Well,
it's...
thankfully we got some information that might be of help, though. So...
Yeah, that's something.
Also, do you happen to have a catalog of the inventory here? I would like to go over it and make...
Yeah, Agnes has the big book in the office upstairs. I can go. No, you know what? Thomas can go.
Well, the reason we're here in the first place.
Thomas will go and retrieve the book and come back. It is a massive book, and there's a lot of shit in there. And I'm not going to roleplay you guys going through a catalog and checking inventory.
Yeah.
But
damn, that's what I was looking forward to. Sorry.
make a perception check or something. Yeah, I'll go with perception or appraise.
Okay. Do
I think Victor claims the ledger and is the person like noting down things. And
oh no, Skylar would have claimed it. She don't know what she's doing.
The blue dyke handshake also likes ledgers now, I guess.
Oh my god.
The blue dyke handshake now has some slight hostility.
They're handshaking because they both want the ledger and they are going to arm wrestle for it.
Oh, and Victor would win that because Skylar is a twig.
if Skylar does make that move, Victor will be like, "All right, that's fine," and we'll turn around with her 1 perception.
Oh god, I got a 18 plus 8 for 26.
Okay. Slap that bad boy in the chat, please.
Yeah.
Slap that bad boy.
Slap that bad boy, please. Like to slap that bad boy. Reblog to slap that bad
big
boy.
Bald head.
I am liking and reblogging.
Thank
I think
God.
what's going on is Skylar and Victor are holding it. Like it's in, one of them is holding it, and they're both like looking over, and their eyes are both scanning the area, trying to figure out like, okay, that could possibly be this. This could maybe be that.
So, what it looks like to you, if I'm being entirely honest, that's an L on that nat 1, by the way, Cal. Cal, you're thinking about claws.
Claws.
I mean, Cal does want to have that conversation while we're all here in this vault.
You can roleplay that conversation once I tell you the thing about the vault. It doesn't look like there's actually anything missing from the vault. Maybe there's something. It must have been small, something they could carry off and not really be seen with. But all the big stuff is there. All the most expensive stuff is definitely there. It's very well organized in there. And you don't, like, it didn't, Rogi and Zakar didn't take anything when they left.
Yeah.
And
yeah, presumably because they had actually been going to look for things when Rogi got yeeted and Zakar got...
Yeah, your understanding, it seems like, based on how you know the trap to work, what you assume happened is that they went in and then on their way out, the trapdoor triggered Rogi fell, and Zakar got trapped in the vault when the door closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't. It's not an extensive list of everything in the vault, then, right?
It's a big ledger, and I'm gonna say you probably don't do the entire thing. You
Okay,
just
that's fine.
you look at the biggest, most important items, the most expensive items, and the most generally it's a well organized ledger and a well cataloged system. So it doesn't look like there's that much out of place beyond maybe it looks like Zakar might have moved some shit to entertain herself when she was trapped in the vault overnight.
Which is fair.
Which is fair, but they didn't take anything, and if the other two were with them in the vault, it doesn't look like they took anything either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Cal, if you'd had something you'd wanted to say to the...
Yeah. While we're sort of going through, looking at shit, Cal is gonna be like, no better time than this, I suppose. I did want to mention that I, found, well, good news and bad news. Found a witness to the murder, but not the type of witness that is going to talk to anyone about it. Also vaguely incomprehensible, but that's neither here nor here. Best information I could get, was that whoever murdered our dead man, was humanoid and had some sort of claws, something like mine.
Mm-hmm.
Though not exactly like mine, which, I mean, makes sense. That would be a trip.
Do you mind if I ask who this witness is anyway? He says, do you mind? But,
He means tell us, right?
she means tell me.
Yeah.
Al pauses for a long moment. Well, people don't much notice the animals around when they're, doing crime or whatever.
Impressive.
It's a limited trick.
Ain't the best ones.
Poncho.
Punch?
Oi!
Pinch! Oh, he want the headphones. Or the
No,
Let
he
him
wants to
in.
eat
He
my
want-
zipper.
Yeah, he wants
Yeah, I
zipper.
like how
Let
he
him
just
in.
Chomp.
let him.
My kitty
I like
does
how he
that too.
continues- I like how he just continuously has murder in his heart. Like
This
all he
He's
wants
so
to
God, why is he-
cute. Oh my god.
Why is
all
he
he wants
big?
to do is
Okay.
He's
paws are
getting
wet.
so
You know
big.
why his
Aw.
paws are wet?
Fish
the
tank.
tank.
Just
Why?
trying to fish.
Fish tank. It's a fucking fish tank.
I like how he just only has murder in his heart.
I
He
love him
does.
so
He's very
much.
stupid and small and doesn't have room for any thoughts other than kill. He wants to kill Nova.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
He is a feral. He was a feral. So it makes sense that all he knows is murder.
God.
And he is just a kitten too,
Does
on top
his
of that.
tail never stop wagging? I've never seen him not wagging his tail. I swear.
His tail wags like a dog.
God.
Yeah, do you need to clean your paws because they're covered in fish water, buddy?
Pond
Yeah.
water.
He walked all over my notebook with his dirty, wet fish paws. So now my notes are covered in poncho. I would show you, but there are genuinely important notes on this, so I cannot.
Oh.
But now they're covered in fish water paw prints.
Poncho seal of approval.
You did your homework. Be thankful.
He's a slinky.
Victor is gonna the last comment of, ain't the best tricks always limited. Now, course, you ain't gotta tell me nothing you ain't comfortable with, and if this question is phrased badly, my deepest apologies. I don't mean to be rude. But when you say claws like yours, I have obviously, well, and she motions towards your hands. Would you like to elaborate? Are we looking for a tabaxi individual or someone who looks more like you with happens to have claws?
I will be honest, I did not get a more coherent picture than what I've told you.
Fair enough.
I will be straight up. It is fair and reasonable, but the person, as it was that I was talking to, was not the type who saw the world in the most straightforward of ways.
I can't imagine a city squirrel or a pigeon would do that sort of thing, no.
Indeed. So what I basically got was big
Shaped
humanoid.
like you and has claws like you.
Yeah, well, the exact words were claws like you, but not like you, which
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Songbird?
I mean, something like that. So I got big humanoid and someone approximating claws like mine. So it gives us a direction and confirmation on what we know from a direct source that saw that it wasn't, a sphinx. But it ain't like a witness that we can bring to the sheriff.
My next proposed action, or plan of action at least, some of us have got to go see that body. Rest of us should go looking for this Kymeth character, no?
I agree. I'd much rather look at the body. If anyone here might be willing to go and search for this Kymeth individual.
I would be much more willing to look for this Kymeth person, perhaps with help.
I think I would be more useful. I think I would be more useful in the event that we find this Kymeth person. I'm not so much. I don't got much experience with murder and such, and the examination of dead bodies.
Not quite my strong suit either.
Unless I'm needed to make a comparison on claws, but I figure I ain't. I figure I ain't needed there, to be perfectly honest.
All right. So it's sounding like Skylar wants to go look at the body. Aya Cal and Soot, was it wanted to go look for Kaiman?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think we should probably have someone with social skills, just for sake of. So either we probably want either Victor or your friend.
Victor was gonna go searching.
Okay.
Okay.
So, your friend
Does
will
have-
go look at the body.
Cool. That's
Cal
good
does
as well
have
because you're a
social
cleric.
skills.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest it whether or not.
I mean, the only thing
Yeah, in
I'm
terms
good
of
at.
social skills, y'all aren't. I don't think there's any possible group you could make with this party that has 0 social skills, unless it's like.
Aya and Cal.
Yeah, the only thing that I can
Cal's
see.
Cal has social skills. Cal just doesn't talk much.
That's fair.
Cal has charisma as a main class stat.
Mm-hmm.
Aya's only social skill is dance.
God bless. The only group you can make of this party that does not have any social skill in it is Aya, and she's not allowed to dance.
See, the only thing I could see Soot being okay with, like, for the body thing being useful is, like, his detect magic and, like, read magic, but, like, that's all he's got, guys.
Might be useful, but it might not. At this point, it probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, we kind of already know what's killed him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or who's killed him.
Alright. So.
Before we get started, PK, I do have a question.
Yes, what's up?
So I was dealing with my dairy surprise during this. But skulkers, they are like kinds of people. Like, how big are they? Like, are they a short race or?
They are not a short race. They are a slender race. They are like Rogi was probably 6 foot. Rogi was also just skin and bones.
Yeah. I was actually looking at skulkers at one point because of their race, right? You could play, right?
You could, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at them at one point.
Skulks are also one of those races that fall into like the Pathfinder trap. Like, these are subhuman humanoids, right? Like, so of course they all have these traits of like of cowardly thieves, and I'm like, So, but physically speaking, they are not a small race. They are a very skinny and very nimble race more than anything else. And they are people, unlike what certain interpretations of the core rulebook would like to have us interpret them as.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Alrighty. So, let's do the body first, because I can guarantee you it will take less time. So, Fern and Skylar, you guys had been told that the bodies of both Bertrand of the Guard and Archivin Walder had been taken to the Temple of Aristil. And you had received earlier, I believe, and if we didn't, I'm retconning it, permission from Agnes Walder to, do whatever you need to do in terms of inspecting the body. So the two of you, Fern and Skylar, are welcome to head over that direction if you should like.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Fern is going to follow Skylar.
Concha shredded my dice bag.
Oh no!
He tore a hole in it.
Oh, what a little shit.
Poncho!
This fucker.
What a little monster.
Bastard.
He's a
man.
beast. He is the worst. I keep saying this and nobody ever believes me, but it's
He's
true.
so baby, but he's the worst.
We just also love him.
Yeah. It's like a Mochi. He's so mean, but I love him.
He is just a beast. All right, so Skylar can easily lead the way to the Temple of Aristil. You'd familiarized yourself with local landmarks as you arrived in town, Skylar, and you can easily make your way there.
Making your way downtown.
Making your way downtown, walking fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys arrive at the temple. It's a very clean, well-kept building. It's the primary place of worship for most people in Ilsurian. And you are greeted by a young acolyte, a halfling boy, it seems, who looks a little bit stressed and overwhelmed. He's probably a teenager in halfling terms, whatever that is in your guys' interpretation of regular aging, because you guys are both half elves, I think. No, you're an elf and a half elf. But he greets you and asks, what can I do for you?
Yes, no, we were given permission from, what was her name again? It was
Agnes Walder.
Agnes Walder to look over the corpse of her recently deceased husband. We are on official business with the police, with the local law enforcement.
Yeah, the boy just sort of nods, and like when you say corpse, he does wince a little bit, like he is trying not to think about that, and says, right, yeah, okay, I'll right this way. I'll lead you there. And he takes you through the temple, which is not bustling, but there's quite a few people around. And he takes you to a back room that appears to be where typically bodies are prepared for funeral rites. And in it, on two sort of low tables, are covered by sheets two roughly human forms. And he leads you there and then quickly ducks out, seemingly not wanting to be near the room. And as you guys are entering, there's an older human woman leaving. And she pauses when she sees you and sort of raises an eyebrow because she does not recognize you.
Skylar will say the exact same thing she said to the kid.
All right. She will nod and she'll say, all right. I'm Sister Esmeralda Woodmere. I'll be in the office just down the hall if you need anything. Try not to, they're already in, Archivin in particular, he's in a state. I try not to fuss him up too much, you know?
Yes, no, of course.
And she makes her way down the hall, and you guys are welcome to go in and examine the bodies.
Yep.
The body, which would you like to start with?
Archivin?
Archivin. All right, the body of Archivin Walder is, each of you make a perception check and a heal check for me, please, and put the results in the chat.
Yep.
Wow.
Bruh. Perception was good, though.
Let me roll for heal, because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Something. I'm the cleric. I have to not roll heal checks in the Roll20. I've decided. I don't think I've rolled above a 10.
Yeah, maybe the roll 20 bot just does not like you. You
Oh,
should use
buddy.
like legit dice.
Yeah. Not very good, but it's something. Ooh.
16 something, yeah. Alrighty. So with your perception, it is easy to know that, or it's easy to note, this is, an older man. He was, before the, ignoring the evidence of his mutilation, we'll say, he looks like, for his age, he was healthy. His hair was gray, but he was, well wrinkled, but he does not look like he was in any great state. His clothes, though they are torn and bloody now, are very fine make. And he, all in all, looks like a wealthy man, a dead man, but a wealthy one. And with the heel checks, yeah, you can see that there are claw marks on his face and his neck and his chest. It looks like he was struck at least 3 times, possibly more. But definitely with those raking parallel lines of a clawed creature. And I mean, you haven't seen what, for instance, cow's claws can do, but looking at them, you're like, yeah, that's probably pretty similar. And could either of you make an intelligence check for me real quick?
I certainly can.
I can try.
The DC is not high.
Okay. Well, that's not
You have
bad.
beat the DC.
What's my... Sorry, I have a lot of tabs open.
You're good.
+5. Oh, okay, it's better than I thought. I forgot that I have high intelligence, 20.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You needed like an 11 to think about this. As you are sitting there, examining the claw attacks and thinking about what Cal has told you, you do stop and you think, Cal was not in the room that night. Cal definitely was away and had not explicitly told anybody what they'd been up to because they owe you nothing. But you're just thinking, like, they definitely don't have an out. I'm not saying this in the sense of like, yeah, you guys are
Go rest Cal.
go rest Cal.
Do I
but
think?
Cal,
Hold on.
Cal is a person with claws who does not have an alibi right now, is what I'm saying.
Do
And
I think Cal's that dumb? Sorry, do I think Cal's dumb enough to bring up the claws in front of us while having done this? Do I think Cal's that dumb?
You do not believe so, Fern.
All right.
However,
but that won't help
I am saying
Cal.
this partially because I think it's funny to do so, and partially because you guys are not the only people looking for a murderer. And I wanted you both to be aware that stranger with claws and no alibi is certainly a possibility for some people.
But also, like, Skylar assumes that, like, because we had an eye on them the whole time, and also, why would you volunteer the information on top of being part of the investigation, yada, yada, yada.
It would be a flex, gotta say.
Yeah,
it would be a
really
flex.
confident. Like,
but someone who hears in passing.
It
Looking
was
for- they were looking-
that it was a person with claws would.
Especially since do technically have an alibi, but the alibi is with the people that they already suspect have something to do with the murder.
Exactly. So again, not trying to be like, yeah, guys, Cal was the murderer all along. Well, it's like, this is something you should be aware of as something that other people can interpret as they see fit.
I can't believe Cal did it. Oh my
Can't believe
god.
Cal fucking killed Arthur
And-
and Walder.
I've never
Can't believe
seen-
that Cal's the real murderer all along.
I've never
Cal
seen
has been the murderer.
I've never seen or met anyone like Cal before, right?
Make some kind of a check. You do need to make a check for it, though. Make a knowledge history check. Or actually, I'm going to DM you the other skill that you could use.
Okay.
But you cannot say that out loud.
Okay, yeah, I can certainly see which of those is better. Yeah, I'm gonna make a history check.
Okay, fair enough.
14 plus 9 for 23.
23?
Yeah.
I'm gonna message you.
Yeah, of course.
I like the idea that that Cal's just out here with like claws, and everyone who meets them is like, what the fuck's up with that, huh?
What the fuck is up with that?
Skylar's just like, that's just a claws out kind of look.
Listen, I've said this about Aya, but Victor genuinely does not care. Weirder
Yeah.
things. She has seen weirder things. She has other priorities. Bitch
Fair and
has
valid.
plans,
You know what?
whatever.
Good for her.
Bitch is a bird, who cares?
Wow, son of a fuck.
Son of a fuck.
Son of a fuck. Ow.
You good?
Yeah, I was just trying to scoot my chair in close to my desk, and I instead whacked my knee really hard against one of the legs.
No.
It's not
Can you
magic
the
shit.
connection that I'm trying to say that you draw here?
No, I'm reading it. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So not quite like that, but enough that it is like, little reminder.
And I would know about anything like that, anything else like that in the area, right?
Not that you're aware of for this area. That particular instance is over.
An outlier?
That particular instance is in a region to the west of here, and not this area. So
Okay.
whatever that means to you, that's what you know about Cal in this instance. Back to the bodies. Sorry, I got distracted being
So the claw marks don't look heavy enough to be like, thick enough, heavy enough to be a sphinx's, right?
no.
Large, yeah.
Two of you guys, and especially as Fern had like spotted and like noted the footprints, the way they had outside where the body had been discovered, it's very clear like a sphinx doing this damage would have A
Or
sphinx
the
doing
body apart.
okay, yeah, a sphinx doing 3 or 4 hits on a commoner stat block, there's not an intact body anymore, right? A sphinx is
Yeah.
fucking strong.
Skylar's like, to the wife, yes, did your husband have any class levels?
yeah. But so this does track with the idea that it is a humanoid of some sort with claws doing attacks rather than a big ass sphinx. And also the claw marks are not wide enough.
Okay. And let's see. And that's all we can glean from the body, correct?
That's about all you get from that one, yeah.
Okay. And looking at the other guards, does he look like he was just stabbed, or what's the deal there?
Both of you make another heal check.
Oh, damn. 19 plus 2 for
Wait.
21.
Fern popping off. Okay, 21 and
Okay,
23.
never mind.
Okay, Fern popping off, and Skylar doing well. All right, you guys. Easily, this man unfortunately had his throat cut. Probably from behind, somebody came up, brought their knife around, and just sliced. It looks like he died quickly, and probably relatively painlessly. There is no sign of any kind of claw-like mutilation on him. It is purely somebody did this with a knife, and now he is dead.
Which lines up with a very sneaky person, Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Skylar will turn to Fern and say, so, Head Lieutenant, is there anything else you need to see here, or I believe I have what I came here for. Fern?
Sorry, I spaced out real bad. What was it?
Skylar was asking if there's anything else you need to see here. She believes she has what she came here for.
Yeah, Fern's good. Fern has what? Has Fern ever dealt with a murder? Hold on. PK can answer this.
Well,
They've got to have, right?
they have, yeah, they have.
But maybe not like quite like this.
They haven't gotten this involved in the investigation side of a murder before. I will
yeah.
say that.
Yeah, Skylar is the one who's gonna know what to look for.
So yeah, that is what I'll say regarding Fern and murders.
Yeah, that's all I need, actually, really.
Okay. So if you guys are done as you are heading out of the temple, the woman you'd seen earlier also seems to be heading out at the same time. There's an awkward moment where you're both going for the same door, and she pauses to let you in, you pause to let her in, and then it's just really awkward for a second. But eventually,
Skylar opens the door for her.
and eventually you all make it out all right. And to the rest of the party, how is it that you go about attempting to track down Kymus?
Well, step one, they'll probably settle. What was that?
I said, yo, you seen this bitch? Sorry.
I was actually approaching this from. I know, you guys know she's a bird. She's going to approach this from their nest, whatever it is probably reasonably close. Like, not necessarily within, but within something you could get back to within half an hour. if you're being sneaky. Or at least the meetup point is probably within. But her thought is to sort of look for where they would have gone to ground. And places that seem likely for.
And to pair with that too, Soot would probably try and like glean as much information as he knows or remembers about this place. I don't know if he's necessarily been here before, but just kind of like around the area, if he knows or had heard of anything of like where they might have been or something of the nature, because people like to talk, especially about people they find to be superior to them, which is meh.
I know if like skulks and these type of people would be like living in town or like outside of town.
Presumably outside of town, considering their reputation.
Everyone go ahead and make me a knowledge local check.
Knowledge local. Alright.
Knowledge local is my favorite knowledge skill that they took out of 5th edition.
22.
Where's my
Drop them in the chat. I'm brainless.
B.
Okay. Cal, did you want to make one? Oh, yes. Okay, you made one. Okay. All right.
I was just checking my modifier.
Soot and Victor, you know that these guys they sort of lurk on the edges of town, not directly, but they can get in to town when they need to, but they are not really welcome within town.
All right.
Typically speaking.
So then, if anybody knows in what vague direction from town.
Yeah. You do get with a 22 as well, you get that this particular tribe of skulks are called the Nisku skulks. Putting that in the chat. And you get that they do live sort of to the east of town. However, you do remember 2 things. One, you remember that Rogi and Zakar had told you that Kymeth and Aname did not any longer live with the tribe. And you also remember from earlier, I think this was information I gave you last week, that the figures seen running away from the locked box had not been running in that direction. They had been running, in fact, what would have been the opposite direction. Which, coincidentally, you know that the circus is camped to the west of town. So, that's what you get, sort of generally speaking, from your knowledge local check.
Well, we're looking for 2 of them that are on their own.
Right.
In the western part, sorry.
Yeah, okay, so the if I said this correctly, the skulks, the Nisku tribe live to the east of town. The ones who you saw running ran to the west, towards the circus.
So we'll start in that direction.
Okay.
Start to ask if that side of town and like looking for two people. Skulks if you've seen them around town. This section.
All right. Go ahead and make me some general. You can either give me another knowledge local, or you can give me a diplomacy check to gather information.
Gonna be another knowledge check.
Shit.
Just roll my dice off the table twice in a row.
Are we all rolling something? I'm sorry.
Either knowledge or
Technically, her diplomacy is actually better.
Ooh, that's a natural 20. What was the knowledge? Knowledge local?
knowledge local.
That's a 23 for soot. I'll put it in chat.
All right, slap those bad boys. Like to slap their bald head.
Slap, slap.
I do have brain rot, unfortunately.
Replug.
I think we all do. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm real. Sorry.
You're good.
We're
I
gonna
think
wrap
some of us are flagging more than others.
We are gonna wrap up very shortly because Ayla's coming to kill me in
20 minutes.
20 minutes she will come to kill me. So you guys get it seems that with the exception of those who saw them running immediately outside the locked box, it seems like they weren't really spotted. And knowing what you
Makes
know of
sense.
skulks, having seen them, this does track. Those are slippery little fuckers. And you also get the sense that the ones who were given more responsibility and perhaps a more important task in the situation might even be a little better than the ones that you guys met who got themselves stuck in the vault.
But yeah, if I was looking for sort of places where someone could go to ground if they were trying to hide, what would that be?
I would like you to repeat that question because I've received a text in a private chat and I cannot read and type. Or I cannot read and listen.
If she were looking for somewhere that something would go to ground, and that's sort of very specifically what she's looking for, but she's not going to ask about it because that's not a question people understand.
Right. So
she's approaching it from the perspective of a bird, of places to go to ground, particularly for things that are
most people you talk to are
I was
not
actually asking if I could maybe do a separate check for this particular and what that would be.
You're not very familiar with the area, is
Fair
the
enough.
thing.
I'll accept that.
So this is either you're getting it from other people or you don't really know.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
And most people you would talk to also are not very familiar with.
Yeah, she's not going to. That is not the question she's going to ask because that's a really suspicious fucking question.
Yeah. No, just like the vibe you get is that like, even without asking, like you don't think most of the people you would ask would know about this stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think.
Clark, are you saying?
It was fire.
Oh, fire. Sorry.
You're good. I think at some point when we've sort of exhausted our talking to townsfolk who don't seem to have any real answers for us, Cal is just going to be like, by my estimate, we should probably be heading outside of town. Because I gotta say, I'm doubting that these skulks, I think they were called, are gonna be holing up inside town. And I bet our best bet is to try and find something nearby. Something like a camp or some such. At least that's my line of thinking.
Nods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neared.
There's always a chance they were staying in town. We can head out past the circus.
All right, is that what you guys are gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I will say, for the sake of not having the party split, that by the time you guys have done your talking to people for information and Skylar and Fern had looked for the body, or had looked at the bodies, you guys are able to sort of meet up near the temple and carry on.
They had to look for the body because their bodies wandered off. Oh no!
The bodies wanted.
Zombies.
I mean, if you look for
you
a body,
know.
you never know what you might find.
Yeah, I mean, and that made it. There's a whole new kind of investigation. So
I don't want to deal with zombies right now.
I'm too soup to do anything.
Okay, we can call it here.
We're heading back to the circus to poke around.
Yeah. In fact, no, actually, we're going to call it 45 seconds after here. You guys arrive at the circus to commotion. People are shouting, townsfolk, circus folk, people are arguing. You hear a lot of voices, so many clamoring that you cannot actually determine what is happening. And you see 4 townsfolk and 2 people you recognize as circus guards who look like they are about to engage in a physical fight.
Is anyone
God.
reaching for a weapon?
Yes, everyone in the situation has reached. The guards have small, like, clubs, and the men, the townsfolk, look like they've grabbed random objects that they want to fight with.
and this is where picking up
what?
music, right?
Is where. Go ahead, Ren.
I was just gonna say, Soot may have wanted to set up the peace bond spell on at least the fucking town guard people, whatever. One of the people with
The
clubs.
circus people. We can do it. They're not like serious clubs. It's like this is a man who has a stick in order to
Okay.
look tougher than he is, probably.
Okay.
Like, nobody has blades on them.
Okay.
That you can see.
Gotcha.
But they do look like they're ready to beat each other up. And
Man.
that is where we are going to pick up next week. Not next week,
Alright.
next session.
Mm.
With the circus confrontation. Thank you guys for playing. I know everyone's soup. Ren, go the fuck to sleep.
We are soup.
Go to
I know.
Yeah, you also need to go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, you have less sleep than me. I don't know how I'm soup like.
I feel awful. I feel like I'm dying, but it's been
Buddy.
worth it.
And
1 week since he looks at me.